on the 10th of September, I recorded some footage for the last few days of Anime School Forever. Now, the thing was, I was going to make a video explaining how I just didn't like this build of the game. I don't have any of the footage for some reason, but basically, I wanted to say that this build was just garbage. It was horrible. I didn't like it, and the main reason why is because it just didn't look like it had any uniqueness, and it just was a basic copy of Yandere Simulator. But when I was looking for the second gen, I was expecting this to be way better. I was expecting it to do fantastic. How do you think it went? I didn't like the build when I first saw it. I was kind of disappointed because it looked. I was thinking that they were gonna fix a lot of things in the when they released the like the patch for it, but when they released the full thing, which was reminder, the full game of it was released 3 days after the initial launch was announced, and that's kind of ridiculous because it just shows me that they don't have time managing skills or whatever. But I wanted to give this game a shot, and I wanted to see what it looked like and the build of it. And when I'm recording this right now, I just finished recording everything, and I was very disappointed. There's a lot of problems with the new build that I will be showing in this video, and I don't want the people who are working on this game to hate me because I'm pointing this out. I just want them to realize that there's some problems, and I want them to be improved, even if it requires them to spend a lot of more time on it. But I feel like they're spending more time on anima than they are on the Anime School Forever, which is kind of annoying. But that's basically it. And I also don't hate the people who work on this game. I think that they honestly care about their final project. It's just that they just don't. They like to rush it, is what I'm gonna say. I don't think they do, because I don't know them, but I feel like they just try to rush it. This entire video will be me just going through the entire map of the new gen, and I'll be explaining some things of why I just don't like it. That's basically it. And I will be saying at the end of the video how they can basically improve it. And I'm gonna be using another game in the video for like reference, or like to say or to show like how they can improve. And that's basically it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hope you enjoy. It took them 3 days. 3 days. It's always important to know when you're gonna actually release the day of your game, because that is just horrible planning. Alright, let's see what this looks like. See the final product. Oh, a different loading screen. Oh boy. You can skip the loading, which I'm probably not because I want to see this fully. I'm just gonna be on my phone. This is taking a pretty while. Alright, it has been 2 minutes. I think this loading screen, or I just think this is taking way too long than it should. Alright, so clearly I think they want me to press the skip loading. It has been more than that many minutes, a long time. Alright, what do we got here? Yes, hide this. Alright. Oh boy. The sprinting is still not fixed, or either that or it's a different button. Hold on. I'm just gonna walk forward and press all the buttons. Nope. The sprinting is still not fixed. And everything's still floating. Wait a minute. This is the one thing I wanted to check on before You're going to the school because this is the. So when I checked the original build of this, there was one problem in the build that I was so angry about. I wanted to see it. That's a big ass freaking ditch, dude. Or not? That's not a ditch. It's just a big pond in the Mariana Trench over here. It's a school cafe coming. Oh my god, are you serious? They still haven't. Oh. And you can just fall right through that. All right. I don't think I'm somewhat not happy. I can literally see the darkened parts of the circle. What? It's not that difficult, man. It's just unioning. Unless the creator doesn't know how to union, which I could possibly do. Alright. So yeah, the school's floating. That's not a good start. These are a lot of lockers. Hold on. That's at least 25. Oh my gosh! And the lockers are cut off, or at least this one is. It's 25 times 4. That is 100 lockers on one side. So that would make 200, 300, 400. That's overstock, dude. Alright, so she did go for the copy and paste kind of deal. Sorry, I was just adjusting my throat. This room is still deep in the back. I still can't run for some reason unless there's a button that allows me to do it. These don't work yet. What about this? Oh, this is different. They still have the same clothes, I'm pretty sure, which I'm somewhat not happy about, but I've never used this, so I can't complain. Check mark. Oh. Okay. What is this? It doesn't teleport you back? And this is laggy. Oh my gosh. What in the world? What in the world's that? Oh boy. Oh, you know what we should look at though is the pink room. Alright, so click TP the door. I don't know why I put okay, whatever. Again, the biggest problem is it's just oversized. This is Again, like the biggest problem I have with these rooms is just they're so big. And it takes like forever to walk from here to there. And see that person, like, what's down there? Well, I don't know. They didn't remove this in the final cut. I'm kind of mad. They didn't. The time goes really fast. I was more happy with the last clock. I think these are just all copy and pasted. So there's no unique difference to them. And look, these are floating like. I'm not happy. This doesn't make me happy. The big test, the stairs. Let's see if they did it well. So far, so good. So far, so good. Holy crap, they did it. They did it. They got the stairs correctly. But again, you have to walk all the way back there to use them. Alright, this is the band room. This is clipping. Sorry, it's early in the morning. I'm not that happy. I don't even need to ask about this piano. I know these aren't the right amount of keys. Let's see. These are just done incorrectly. There's no two sharp keys. But whatever. They just used a mesh, so that's why I can walk through it. Same thing goes for this. They did fix some problems that I did have, which was making the rooms like actually have stuff in them. But then again, every room doesn't have something unique to them. They're just all the same. The fountain. I mean, is it supposed to be designed like this? Because there's 3 blocks right here, except for this part. And same thing goes for this. You can't even go into wait. Yeah, you can't even go into full first person. What is this? You seriously can't do that? That's ridiculous. That's so dumb. They did change the trees. They're not all the same, so that's something, even though they're just copy and pasted, but they do look more unique in some way. There's a big fountain back here. I mean, the wire just goes right through it, so you know. The teleporters, that's pretty dumb. They don't stay there like all the time, which is something I liked last time. So that way, if you like get flinged out on the map, you can just teleport right back instead of resetting and then walking all the way back. All right, this is the behemoth of the tree that they said that a new one was going to grow back. Oh my goodness, there's literally no surface underneath this. I can just fall right through the map, and there's something floating in the sky. Oh my lord. And these are floating. Alright, alright. I just fell through the map again. God damn it. Alright, these are just floating. Alright, alright. Cool. Cool beans. Alright, so they still are working on this. Doesn't look like a cafe. I thought this was going to be like an auditorium or something. Because this really just looks like an auditorium. I feel like there's a way to get in here. Oh, let's go there. This is something I need to go. What the heck? Why are we over on this side? Alright, that's pretty annoying. God, I had to walk all the way. What in the world? That's a... Holy Jesus, that is deep. That is very deep. Dude, that's like 30 or 40 feet. What is that? This is clipping. Alright, diving boards. These are very unrealistic, but whatever. I'm actually going to go off the very high dive. Not even in Olympic stadiums are these that big. Alright, or at least I'm pretty sure they're not. Yeah, I don't think they are. Weave. Oh boy. There's the little boundaries are floating. This is not alright. I'm not okay with this. They only have the city on this side, but not over here or over here. I don't get it. What are these for? Are these like for their rigging or something? Or for their animations? Which I haven't seen any. So yeah, why? Why can I go through this? They need to fix that. I'm sorry, but seriously, they need to fix that. I can literally jump through it. Lunch. I want to see lunch. It's at the cafe? Oh boy. So I didn't make. Wait a minute. I'm just gonna talk about it when I'm doing this. So those vines or whatever on the side of the school. They didn't fix it. And what the heck is this? What is this? Earth Club? What? I don't understand the point of this club. I like the other one where, like, it was gardening, not Earth. What the heck is an Earth Club? I don't even know. Alright. I can still jump off it. I don't even know which one's the actual classroom. Like, what's the one we're supposed to be in for, like, the roleplay and all that? I don't know, because these are, again, all just copy and pasted. There's no uniqueness to any of the rooms except for one of them just being elongated. Alright. Oh, did they finish the house? That's my question. Okay, what? Nothing? Really? Are you serious? Nothing? They still haven't, Oh, great, I'm stuck in it now. Oh my god. That is dumb, dude. Why? Oh. Well, I just broke my game. Well, I'm just gonna reset it. So don't do that, what I just did there. Because that will probably break your save. They didn't fix the they more or less made more problems. With all that being said, this is just horribly built. I don't like the floatingness, I don't like the unproportionals, I don't like any of it. It's just, it makes me very disappointed in seeing that these people had at least a whole month to work on this project, and they still haven't succeeded the goal into making it look somewhat unique. The only thing I could really say positive about this entire build is that they're going for a different design, because the old design, all it was just a Yandere Simulator remake. That's all it was just block by block. Whereas in this one, they actually have their own design, their own characters. They have everything different, and that's completely fine. Now, probably watching this video, asking yourself, how can they fix the game in any way possible, or at least improve it? I have some ideas. The first thing would be to use plugins to build. There are some tools you can use to build on Roblox instead of just the basic stuff. You can use effects, you can use other plugins. I don't know that many because I don't use Studio most of the time. Number 2, learn the tools before building. So if you don't want to install stuff like effects or whatever, then at least know what you're doing when you're using the basic stuff. If you're just going in there blindfolded, you're expected to just build basically the Eiffel Tower. That's basically what you're expecting. And if you somewhat don't have an idea of what you're building, then number 3, use references. References will make everything way more easier, because all you need to do is search up something that you're going to build and get a general idea of what you're going up against. And that's something that I see a lot of struggle with when people build, because they always just rely on just their creative mind. And you can't really do that because it's because most people aren't that creative, or they just need to write it down before they, just go in there. Now this has to do with gameplay, or not really gameplay, just the game in general, is putting any used or unused assets on a different baseplate or in a different place. Because the problem is, every single part is just under the map. It's just sitting under the map, and people can easily see it. Especially since you want your game to feel more realistic than mediocre. Alright, now let's talk about some of the game's problems. Fixing the time. Time is one of the biggest things you need to know when you're building a RP. Because if it's going too fast, you're not going to be able to spill everything out. Exposition and story and all that. You can't do that in just 60 seconds. Giving some time between those seconds, or minutes, whatever it is a good way to set up character in both RP and just so everything doesn't seem rushed when you're actually just playing the game normally. Add a sprint or make the map smaller. In the original game, there was a way to sprint, but that's not a thing anymore. They don't have any way of sprinting in this game, and if they do not want to add a sprint script, then make the map smaller, because it just makes me feel like I'm just going too slow. And that's not a good thing, especially since you're trying to get to class on time. You know what I mean? It's just way too big, or, again, like I said, add a sprint script. You can use one online, and that would be completely fine. Number 3, fix the loading screen. I've been sitting there for 4 minutes, and it still hasn't loaded. If you can't fix it, just don't have it in the game. It's as simple as that. Make every single room unique. Because if I don't know where the class is, because every single classroom is the same design, texture, etc., there's no way I'm going to know which classroom I have to go to. And there's no labels, so that's another thing. And even if they are the smallest details, that is completely fine. That way I'm able to pinpoint the exact room I have to go to at a specific time. Add more classes. You could add stuff like PE, science, add a drama. You can do that. Like I said, in the auditorium, they could make an auditorium for that. They should do that because it would make the area seem less big. And speaking of extra space, is remove dead space. There is a bunch of open areas that do not need to be there. You can easily remove them or add something so there's just not dead space. And if you don't want to add, trees and all that, put stuff to do there. Because it just makes it feel like you had no idea of what you're doing, and you just had that area, just swept out because you had no idea what to do with it. Now, this was my biggest complaint, and this is the easiest thing to fix. Fix clipping and any unproportionate asset. The school is floating. This is clipping through that. Those are probably the easiest things you can fix literally ever, because it's just a click of a button. That's all it is. And if you are too lazy to do this, then this is the last thing. Just hire a builder. Because if you're not a builder yourself, there's no reason for you to build the game you are trying to succeed in, unless you are an experienced builder yourself. But it's clear that they do not have a builder on their team. The person who builds it is Unbun or Kreza, I don't know, but it's one of them. And I'm gonna say this now. If you want help, I am more than happy to help you. You just have to consider that I am still a teenage student, and I have to consider school first before getting on my games and all that. But besides that, I'd be more than happy to help you, because this game has so much potential to be built up upon, but it's just not getting there right now. And I don't want to see this game forgotten like a bunch of other popular games. This game has around 300 to 400 people playing it each day. And I don't want to see it drop because it's just getting more and more depressing as time goes on. But if they take the steps like I said in this video, then is going to make the game way more better. But they don't have to follow my instructions. I'm just giving them an idea, and they're probably not even gonna watch this video nonetheless. But the last thing I have to say is I do not hate the people who work on this game. I literally think they're putting their best effort into making this game as great as possible. It's just that I don't see it as great as it possibly could be. Besides that, my name is Cameron, and I'll talk to you all next time.